We're a bit concerned at the messages that the RFL seem to be putting out, and we're talking to them as this interview's going on. But the truth is, we've had quite a lot of interest, but a lot of that interest has fallen away. We haven't had a single offer, but we are continuing, and today it's been going on. I haven't been able to watch all of the match, but we're talking to a consortium of local businessmen, and they seem to be our front runner at the moment.
Of course, securing a takeover of the club, will reflect well on you as a sports administrator. How concerned are you with Tuesday's deadline looming large?
Well, I've got to sit down with some of my partners who are hard-headed, perhaps don't share my love of sport, so I've got to convince them that it's worth carrying on. But I've had 10,000 people through the gates today, so if they've all paid through, as some of the season ticket holders offered to do, then I've got quite a lot of revenue, and that may help me deal with commitments like wages. So I'll get there on Tuesday, and I'll put a good case if it's appropriate for continuing to find a purchaser. But we really do need someone who's looking at us and telling us, yeah, I'm up for this, and I'm going to do it. But we've got more meetings tomorrow, so that's my focus really, is on finding a purchaser to the exclusion of everything else, really.
So if it ticks by and nothing's happened by close of play on Tuesday, what happens then for the Bulls?
Well, the club goes into liquidation, despite what the RFL seem to be suggesting. As far as I'm aware, it ceased to exist. Yeah.
And have you had any guests or interested parties here at all today to watch what was a pretty decent and spirited performance?
Yeah. I've been working all lunchtime in here. You might think I was living it up, but I haven't been. I've been sat down lunching with a consortium of businessmen. The leader of the Bradford Council has joined us in the meeting, so they're asking lots of questions, as you'd expect, seeking lots of assurances, and they're looking at it, and we're reconvening tomorrow.
I understand it's you've got lots of different things and parties to please throughout this process, but the players seem to be levelling a little bit of criticism at your door for kind of lack of communication. How would you respond to that?
We've responded to their union. If there was any discourtesy, it wasn't intended. They are grown-up professional players. We've a line of communication with them through the captain, and I think they'll understand why perhaps I've neglected them, because what they want me to do is enable this club to continue. So I've got to focus on purchases, and spending lots of time in cars driving from here to training grounds to the RFL. It's just eating up my day, and dealing with all the media inquiries when stories break, like I've stood up the players. It doesn't help me, so I just have to push forward, find a buyer, and have broad shoulders. Yeah, I can be criticised, and I don't have a problem with that. I apologise to them, and I tried to thank Mick Potter by text today for him turning out. So it's all good. The fans have turned out, but fundamentally, it's all good, but without a purchaser, it's all for nothing. So my focus is trying to persuade someone to buy this club, and it looks as though a consortium of local businessmen are giving it really serious consideration. So I'll go to bed tonight happy.
And Mick Potter and his coaching staff obviously back on a voluntary basis today. How do you envisage that continuing for the foreseeable future?
I understand the offer was to coach this game, and I was up early this morning looking at one of the national papers, and I see that as a consequence of his dismissal, Mick's now back to Australia, so to seek his fortunes elsewhere, and I wish him well. I wish him well.
And you mentioned on Tuesday that you were looking at bringing in another coach to help you kind of balance the players and the money being spent there. How are you going with that? Have you any closer to bringing anybody in?
No, not really. With Gary Tasker's here, helping us as acting chief executive free of charge, so that's great. We've got the game on, but I don't know where we'd be with a coach.
So from your point of view, happy with the way things are evolving at the moment?
Yeah, we're moving towards. I only need one purchaser, don't I? So if things evolve as they seem to be doing, then I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy.